Right. So could you guys introduce yourselves a little bit?
Hi, my name is Sonisha, and I'm an intern student at ASEAN Training Center for Social Work and Social Welfare.
Hi, I'm Paul from Thammajarawat. I was an intern at United Nations IRGA, and this is my colleague, Lumpiti.
Hi guys, I'm Bloom Piti Prithat. I'm Bloom. Nice to meet you all.
Right. Nice to meet you. So could you guys kind of describe what a daily life looks like in wherever you're interning?
Okay, Punch, you wanna start first or? Okay, so a day in our life as an intern at the UNSCAP, it changes like all the time because we don't have like a specific task all the time. Sometimes we do digitized book. We do help with research assistant as well when we had our clients asking for research support. And also we have been recently helping because the UNSCAP, we just had the CS session. Yes, and me and Paul, we had an opportunity to help with the CS session. Maybe Paul can tell you guys more about how we do at the CS.
So CS stands for Commission Sessions, and this year is 29 events. So it's more of the focus is on climate change, climate actions, and international collaboration. So as a part, because we were in CKMS, so it refers to communications and knowledge management section. So we took charge all on communication slides, including photo booths. So me and Plume had a chance to oversee all the volunteers. We have student volunteers came in and administering our photo booth. So we also a part of everyone's frame. We all got invited to take a picture with them. We also network with people, not only from the UN, but also from other NGOs as well as government agencies. Yes.
Wow, that sounds like a great opportunity. Did you meet anyone important or really interesting in particular during the event?
I think that goes.
Yeah, so since we work at the SCAP, we had like a lot of agency. We've had like a big opportunity to meet with the other session as well, with the UN ODC, with the UN Women, of course, and some people from like different division like transportation, ICT. Yes, and even with the ES as well, we had an opportunity to take a picture with her, and also had a small conversation with her. It was a great, valuable experience. Yes.
Yeah, and what about you? What does a daily life look like?
Oh, I've been worked in like all fields within the within the ASEAN Training Center for Social Work and Social Welfare. So I did a lot of emails and writing lectures in general, and also within the back with some of the Thai documents and communicating with all people in general.
Right. So sounds like all of you were an all-rounder in your internship place, and really good opportunity to network, and sounds like a really, really good opportunity overall. So are there any other memorable parts of your internship that you'd like to share?
For me, I was able to attend the special governing meeting board in April, and also the social protection course where I was the course manager recently in July. So it was very memorable experience.
So speaking of the UNSCAP, I would talk more about working environment because they all memorable. So people were nice. They treat us as not just only an intern, but they treat us as one of the staff. We given right to speak out about issues or recommendations. If they ask for advice, as an intern, we can just give out
Our inputs.
Yeah, our inputs. Yep. And I think we can contribute more on that. There's lots of things to make memorable.
Yeah, because Paul, if I remember correctly, we had conference almost every week, and since we have a lot of conference, we do not just like sit there and like do like working stuff. Our supervisor were kind enough to help us, get an opportunity to be like to see how we had an international meeting at a conference, and how can we like participate and raise our voices as we are the youth of the new generation. I think that's really meaningful for us as an intern there.
Yeah, sounds like a great opportunity to kind of get the opportunity to excel in developing your skills.
Yes.
Yeah, learning outside of classes. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So how did you guys kind of prepare for your internship, whether it be interviewing, whether it be working or anything like that?
I would say that from my experience, I did research first. So, for example, for me, I'm interning at the UNSCAP. Of course, I have to see the position that I am applying. You know, there will be like some objectives, you know, and the division that I'm like doing. So I go to that and I do like some research. What are their goals and objectives of this year? What are they asking for in this position? So I can, you know, include that keywords into my internship, into my interview. Sorry. Yes. Maybe Paul could add a little bit more on that.
Yes, so what I prepare start with a cover letter because when you apply for the positions, you need to write a motivation letter or aka cover letter. So you need to include the keyword that Plum just mentioned. So let's go on the position. Let's say I was interning at the library intern. So they require detail oriented. You need to put such a term as I'm a detail-oriented person. This is what I've done so far on my cover letter, and what could and I could utilize this to. It will be beneficial for your project and your organizations. And this also applies to interviews. So, like I mentioned earlier about competency-based interview (CBI), so you will be tested upon competency list on jobs opening. And aside from the interview and applications, I've also prepared to research about working culture. It's important. You need to research. I always go on Google, what is it like to work in the UN? And then, well, I've learned it's pretty flexible. It's quite flexible and it's very internationalized, very diverse. Respect in diversities, integrities are very important.
Yes.
This is not just only not applied to the UN, it's also international organizations. Anywhere. Integrity, respect, and diversity is very important. Yeah.
For me, there's a course in our major called Creative Research where professor actually prepared us students as you know, before we go into an internship. That means teaching us how to write CV, prepare to ask questions, how we ace an interview, or how we actually present in front of a large group of people. So I think the course itself is very helpful, and I feel like that prepares me a lot before I actually enter into, you know, the interview session with my workplace at ATCSW. So the tips that I was given is to ask questions while, you know, actually doing the interview. It shows that you're actually motivated and feel like, oh, you're okay, we need to do this job, and we're motivated to, you know, take part and join the family at our workplace.
Right. Sounds like a lot of work for preparing for an interview. Last but not least, are there any tips or tricks that you'd like to give to maybe those who are looking to land internships? So please share if you have any.
Prepare. You don't expect to get an internship from the first interview. I've been there before. I've done lots of interviews. I've got lots of rejections, but I always ask about the feedback. Let's say if the human resources or the hiring manager called me and said, I regret to inform that you got this position was filled by someone else, I will ask like, oh, is there any feedback I could improve on my next interview? And then you use that to improve your interview. So the more you do, the higher chance you will get a job or internship. Yeah, that's my tip.
For me, I would say just be yourself, do research like Paul said, and also prepare some questions to ask after the interviewer finish with your interviewing, because you don't have to feel too excited, you know, because the interviewer, trust me, they are so excited and, you know, feeling because you're new and like she is new too. So, you know, just be yourself and prepare a lot of questions. You can try to talk to yourself in the mirror so you can see your gestures. Having eye contact is also very important because that's gonna show that you are very, very genuine and wanting to do that work. Yeah.
For me is to think positive and be confident. Like no matter what you do, it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with the way you do an interview, or I feel like just be confident, be yourself, and say what you want to say, because in the end, you've tried your best, so there's nothing wrong with it.